What makes this particular playoff run with this particular team special right now?
Yeah, I mean, just for personally, I haven't. I haven't won a conference, I think, since I was like 17 in juniors, and I wasn't a huge part of that team. I was young, so this is pretty special just for me to be on such a winning team. So I'm obviously really excited, and just we have a great group of guys. We have so much fun off the ice. When we go on road trips, we have a blast. It's just a lot of laughs. Even on the ice, we have a lot of laughs in practice. So it just makes it even more fun to come into playoffs. I'm really excited.
Would you say has been a big difference, this year's team versus last year's team getting into, the Kelly Cup playoffs?
I mean, I guess the difference is we're not the underdogs anymore. We're kind of. Anybody can win a playoff series, but last year Newfie was definitely the top team. Us getting in on the last day this year, we're expected to perform, and Maine is going to try to upset us. So we need to play the way we've been playing for a majority of the year. It's exciting to get some guys back like Middendorf today out at practice, and Felix back this weekend. So we just need to take care of business.
Shane, how does your approach change maybe going into the playoffs this year as opposed to last year, now that you are one of the top teams?
Yeah, it is a different feeling. I feel like as a team collectively we're just more confident. It doesn't really matter who we're playing. We know that we have a chance of winning every game no matter who we're playing. So that's a good feeling. Like, with that being said, obviously it's pro hockey. Anybody can win, so you can't take anybody lightly. But I think that just the confidence helps a lot in sports in general. So that's something that we need to just rely on and help that give us the confidence to play well.
You guys just faced Maine four straight times. It's going to be number 5 coming up. What you guys learned in those 4 games and into the series, and probably some of it means a little more being playoffs?
Yeah, I think just little things. When you play so many different teams, I find myself forgetting little tendencies about players. Like even just little face-off things, stuff like that, where maybe some centermen are more apt to tie up on a draw, something small like that. Obviously, they're top guys. We know Kyle's kind of the heartbeat of their team. Just kind of little things, where as opposed to if we were playing a team like Worcester or something where we haven't played them in a while, I wouldn't have remembered as well. So I don't think it's a bad thing. They obviously played us as well, so they know us well. But I think it's actually I think it's good.
Shane, even though last year you guys started at home because of the Newfie series to the 3-4, this year back to the 2-3-2. What's the difference for you guys starting this series at home compared to last year?
Yeah, that was definitely different last year. We got off to a good start and won the first one, but then couldn't finish in the next 2. So, having 2-3, so having first 5 games, more games on the road, you definitely need to take care of your home games. You don't want to be going into Maine having to win a 1 or 2, to come back here. You want to at least be guaranteed to come back here if you lose one in Maine. So yeah, I'm not looking at it too different, but you got to take care of the games at home.
Third period leads have been a problem lately. Lost 4 of them in the last couple of weeks. What's the deal with that? How do you fix that?
The last game, I kind of just threw that game. The game didn't, not that we weren't trying to win, but it didn't mean anything to us. We got the conference the night before. That was the game that at least for me, meant that's what meant a lot to us, and being able to hang a banner. So, in playoffs, you definitely can do that. You can't let go. If you have a lead in the third, you really need to lock it down. I think maybe sometimes we sit back a little bit. I don't think we can sit back. We need to keep going on the attack.
Practice-wise, did Mac change anything in practice? Now that it's playoffs, or is it pretty much business as usual?
Pretty similar practice that we've had throughout the year. We did work on power play a little bit more in the beginning, which I was happy about. So yeah, as far as the standard, as far as the practice was concerned, it was pretty standard that we've had throughout the year. Maybe a couple D-zone draws and stuff like that.
Shane, I know coming into the year, you were kind of uncertain whether you're going to play this year. You obviously make the decision too. How, because of where you're at in your career, how important is this playoff run to you personally?
Yeah, huge. I think always going into playoffs, it's so much fun. It's just so much fun to play in playoffs. This year, even more so that I think this would be my last year. I can't, I'm just so excited, and being on top, having that feeling like, hey, we can go make a run. It means a lot to me, and I'll just, think about it a little bit more like that, cherish it a little bit more. So I'm excited for the weeks to come.
Shane, does it help you guys knowing that, last year means kind of coming in the same position that you guys were in last year, having to win on the last game of the year, and you kind of know what they're going to expect on Friday night?
Yeah, I think all 4 teams that made it into playoffs were good. It didn't really matter to me. Even Worcester that got knocked out, it wouldn't have mattered to me who any 3 of those teams that we had to play. They're all pretty good. So yeah, we're just going to need to play them the same way we did. I think we need to be physical and take advantage of our fans in our building.
Yeah, it's obviously always fun to be back, and the atmosphere is unbelievable to play in, so I'm excited to see what it's like for the playoffs this weekend. And obviously the boys won the North when a lot of us were gone. So it's nice to see that the team battled through adversity all year and came out on top.
What does this group have to do to be successful and continue what you guys have done in the regular season into the playoffs?
I think just managing pucks against this team. They're pretty top heavy, so they got a lot of skill up front, and their best players are good. So I think managing the puck will help us be successful. But I think we're a deeper team, and so I think as long as we match their compete level, we'll be fine.
You talked about this being a bit of a deeper team. You guys get a couple guys back from Utica. You included Timor and Andre and stuff like that. How big does that help this lineup to get some guys back that have played here this season and to help this already stacked lineup?
Yeah, it's huge. They were able to keep afloat and win the North without guys like me and McKinnon and Felix and Philip for most of the year. Andre's up there right now, so I'm assuming if Utica's season doesn't go how they want it to, those guys will all be down here. So I think we'll get a ton of guys back, and they're ready to hit the ground too. I was just talking to them yesterday. So getting McKinnon back and Felix is huge on the back end, and then Philip Angeras up front, and Andre obviously has been here lately. So we got a lot of guys back, and we're ready to go.
Erik, obviously you're a kid who was born in Scottsdale, Arizona. Any thoughts on the situation down in Arizona?
It's just sad, I think. Like a lot of emotions going into it. You don't really know what's going on, so it's frustrating. I think is the biggest thing is it's frustrating. Growing up playing for the Junior Coyotes for 16 years before going to the USA program. Growing up seeing guys, 2 years ahead of me was Austin Matthews, 2 years behind me was Josh Doe and Matthew Nyes. So it's just sad guys going to the Coyotes games, but it is what it is. You can't control it, but yeah, it's frustrating for sure.
I think maybe a month ago we kind of thought that winning the whole East was kind of out of reach, and then we got some help from some other teams and went on a little run ourselves to finish the year out. So it was pretty exciting all around. To most importantly to clinch our divisional playoffs and then secure home ice, because we found all year that's been a huge advantage for us is having that big crowd here in Glens Falls.
How good does this group feel going into the playoffs right now?
I think we feel pretty confident. Every team in playoffs is going to give you their best game no matter what. So I think we have the group that's prepared for that, and we've been in a playoff mentality, all the past 1-2 months, just kind of gearing up for these moments. So I think I'm pretty excited for everyone.
You've talked about this all year long with us, is how special this goalie group is. But now you have 4 of you guys kind of on the ice. The first time that all 4 of you really have been down here. Talk about this group and how special it's been to have those guys behind you this season.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Vinny was a backbone all year. The guy was a warrior. Playing as many games as he could. I think he only lost like 4 or 5 games all year. So he did awesome. Having Brenny there too. Seeing him working his first year, has been great. We all get along very well. And then you add Isaac, who's an incredible goaltender, as you can tell from his season so far this year up in Utica, and even earning himself a few call-ups. So having all of us, obviously it gets a little jam-packed and difficult, but we all get along well, and we'll push each other in playoffs and get the job done.
Jeremy, you come into the year, obviously the team had Tyler Brennan come down from Utica. You had a guy like Vinny and yourself. What's the year been like, and especially going into the playoffs, playing a former team that you used to be on the other side?
It's fun. I mean, all year I've kind of, I wouldn't say I would call it a revenge game. I love my time in Maine, but anytime you play against your old friends, your old coaches, you want to stick it to them. So it's pretty fun. Getting to play games in Maine, games at home against Maine, competing against other teams in this division for the past years has been pretty fun.
It's been a really good year for you, probably one of your best years of your career, and being here in Adirondack and having just the support, the goaltenders, the Brennan, like you said, that goalie group. What's the entire year been like for you?
It's been awesome. Anytime you have success, winning cures a lot of things, and credit to my success to every guy that's on the ice every night. It's a team game. I'm just 1/6 of that team on the ice, so it's it's been a great year. I've felt very comfortable with our team. We all like to play for each other, and I think we have a pretty tight-knit group, which contributed to our success.
Over 50 guys into that locker room this year. Every guy that's played has stepped up. What's been the experience like for you in the locker room, seeing these many guys walking in and out, just every guy being on the ice and contributing as soon as they get here? Yeah,
that's the ECHL in a nutshell, right? You got to pounce on your opportunities, and every guy that's came in here has put their best foot forward, and I think that shows why we finished first in the Eastern Conference.
Now that it's playoffs and that game, any indication of what your 10 rotations are like?
No, we haven't got any indication, but I'd imagine that whatever he decides, we're all going to support it and be ready to go when called upon. It's the East Coast. You don't get every other day. You're going to have some back-to-back games and whatnot, even in playoffs. So I think we're all going to be ready for that. And if it's one guy rolling, it's one guy rolling. If it's 2 guys, it is what it is. As long as we're all on the same page, that we just want to win hockey games. So that's kind of where our mind's at.
Jeremy, last year's group went in kind of as the hunters. You guys are the hunted. How much are you kind of embracing this new role this year?
Yeah, I feel like we've been the hunted for a few months now. It feels like every team that comes in our building gives us their best game. So it's exciting. We want that. That pushes us to play at a higher level. So it's exciting.
You talked about it a little bit before, but how huge is it to be playing game 1 and game 2 in front of this Adirondack faithful that have been with you all season long, ride or die, places packed, 15 sellouts? Talk about that.
Yeah, they're such a passionate group here. I'd say probably the most passionate fans I've played for. So it's when we get hitting, we get scoring. It gets loud in there, and you can tell it has an effect on our team and it has an effect on the other team. So it's huge to have those first 2 games at home and take it one game at a time and just grind through each and every one.
Jeremy, the regular season, the games are tough. You had a lot of Wednesday games this year. The first 2 weeks of the playoffs, you get a full week of practice and rest. How big does that help you guys?
I'm sure it will. I think every game's going to be a dogfight no matter who we're playing. So it's, we've been overtime 25 times this year, and it's, now they're 20-minute overtimes, not 7, and they're 5-on-5. So it's the playoffs. It's the most fun time of the year. So we're all excited for it. And anytime you get you can have days rest and playoffs. I'm sure it's very valuable, and we'll make sure we appreciate that.